Most of you are running a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You celebrate every time you pour more sales into the top, but you never look down to see where the water is going. You think you're building a business, but you're actually just a middleman for your own suppliers. Think about your top 3 raw materials right now. Is it the fingerlings in your ponds, the fuel in your tanks, the cement for your construction sites? If you don't own the source of those materials, you don't own your business. You are a price taker. You are waiting for the market to tell you if you're allowed to make a profit this month. If your supplier decides to pivot or raise their rates or prioritize a bigger fish, you are finished. You've built a house on someone else's land. It is time to stop being a victim of the supply chain and start being the owner of the source. It's time for the upstream audit. Why did Reinold Geiger become a billionaire with L'Occitane? It wasn't because he made good soap. It was because he mastered the lavender field before he ever opened the boutique. He secured the shea butter cooperatives in Burkina Faso before he marketed the cream. He knew that if you don't control the source, you can never guarantee the quality, and you certainly can't capture the maximum margin. Most entrepreneurs are taking what the market gives them. They accept the inconsistent quality of a third party and then wonder why their final product isn't premium. Sovereignty starts at the root. If you are in aquaculture, why are you still buying feed from an importer? If you are in logistics, why don't you own the refinery or the fuel depot? The Geiger rule is simple. Never let a supplier have the power to stop your machine. If they can turn off your tap, they own your destiny. We've talked about the soil, we've talked about the source, but once you have the raw material, how do you transform it without losing your soul or your profit in the process? Let's move into the heart of the operation, the machine. Let's look at your current reality, the before state. You have the materials, but your transformation process is a mess. You're relying on talent rather than systems. If your head technician doesn't show up, the work stops. Your production slows down at the same bottleneck every single week. Maybe it's a lack of machine capacity, or maybe it's just a lack of organization. This is where most West African ventures stay small. They are artisan shops disguised as companies. Now, imagine the after state. Imagine your business as a black box. You pour raw materials in one end, and a premium product comes out the other, every single time, with the exact same quality. This is the Geiger model. He mastered the container, the aluminum tube, the glass bottle, before the content. The bridge to this reality is your SOP, Standard Operating Procedure. I want you to ask yourself, is every step of your transformation documented so clearly that an ant, a new hire with no experience, could execute it perfectly without you picking up the phone? If the answer is no, you don't have a factory, you have a hobby. You need to identify your bottlenecks. Is it a human skill issue? Then you need a manual. Is it a machine capacity issue? Then you need a capital migration. You must own the shell, the technology, the software, the hardware that packages your value. If you rent the machine, you're just working for the mechanic. Now, let's talk about the final mile, the flow. Look at your before state again. Who delivers your product? Are you relying on a third-party courier, a generic wholesaler, a platform like Amazon or a local distributor? Think about your brand. If that third party fails, if they drop your product, if they are rude to your client, if they are late, it isn't their brand that dies, it's yours. You are letting a gatekeeper stand between you and the person paying your bills. They are taking a 30% cut for doing nothing but holding the door. The after state is direct-to-consumer, D2C sovereignty. This is Geiger's network of 3,000 boutiques. He doesn't wait for a department store to give him shelf space. He is the shelf. For us, this means owning the delivery. This is why we build the mobilist fleet. When the client steps onto your boat or enters your showroom, they aren't just buying a service, they are entering your world. This environment allows you to apply the Lux margin multiplier. You aren't selling at the industrial cost anymore. You are selling the cent. You are charging a 50% premium because you control the entire experience from the soul to the soul. So, how do we get there? We use the gap analysis. I want you to mentally map your 4 sectors: sourcing, manufacturing, packaging, and distribution. Rate them. Where are you fragmented and where are you owned? If your sourcing is fragmented, your risk is high. If your distribution is owned, your risk is low. The bridge is your capital migration plan. You don't just spend money, you move it. You take the profit from your fragmented sectors and you use it to buy back a piece of your chain. You calculate the cost to internalize. What would it cost to build that hatchery, to buy that truck, to develop that software? Priority one should always be the sector where the risk is highest. If a supplier can kill you tomorrow, that is your first theater of war. This is the path to the Geiger rule of three. Control the source, own the shell, and sell the scent. Keep the steel hidden, but make sure the steel is yours. By now, you should be aware that growth is a trap if it isn't integrated growth. You can double your sales, but if your dependencies stay the same, you've just doubled your vulnerability. You've seen how the giants like Geiger and Aponte built empires, not by being lucky, but by being vertically obsessed. I have spent years mapping these leaks in my own holdings. I've felt the pain of a gatekeeper squeezing my margins. That is why I created the vertical integration audit. This isn't just a theory, it is a tactical manual. I have put the full PDF and the dynamic gap analysis worksheet onto my Patreon. It includes the exact scoring system I use to decide where to invest my next million CFA. Should it go into marketing, or should it go into a BSF protein unit? The math will tell you. I am not interested in helping you build a good business. I am here to help you build an industrial fortress. The tools you will find on the Corifea Patreon, the SOP templates, the capital migration calculators, the vertical integration audit, are the steel beneath the scent. These are the same documents I use to run Agrico and Mobilis. I am giving you the black box. If you are tired of taking what the market gives you, then it's time to take control of the source. And before we dive into today's audio, I invite you to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Most entrepreneurs are just high-level tenants. They work 14 hours a day to pay a tax to their suppliers, their transporters, and their landlords. If your provider raises prices tomorrow, you bleed. You don't have a business. You have a leash. I'm revealing the vertical integration audit, the exact framework used by giants like Reinold Geiger to own the soil, the machine, and the flow. Stop taking what the market gives you. Start owning the source. Stop being a middleman. Become the industrialist. Click the link in my bio. Join the Corifea Inner Circle on Patreon. Download the vertical integration audit and start your migration today. Your 7-day implementation window starts now. Control the source, own the shell, sell the scent. I am Parfait Eti, and this is Corifea Strategic. I'll see you on the inside.